Have you ever tried to prank your friend and update their Facebook status? Or how about opening some mail that wasn't addressed to you? If so, you unknowingly just committed a felony in most states. According to the sentencingproject.org, there are about 210 million adults living in the United States, and about 11% of them have felony charges. That is roughly 24 million people. Many of these 24 million people suffer from disenfranchisement, which means that they lost their right to vote due to their felony charges. About 5.1 million people were reported in 2020 that couldn't vote in the election. Today, I'm going to persuade you to think about disenfranchisement in the United States and to show you that voting is a right, not a privilege that needs taken away. According to an article written by Pippa Holloway called A History of Stolen Citizenship, disenfranchisement dates all the way back to ancient Greece, and it made its way to the United States after the Civil War. During this time, slavery was coming to an end, and disenfranchisement was the new thing to suppress the black vote. Jamila Meichner stresses in her article the politics of disenfranchisement that today 1 out of every 13 African Americans have lost their right to vote due to disenfranchisement. This is compared to the 1 out of every 56 non-black Americans that lost their vote. There are 11 states that still have disenfranchisement laws that do not let felons vote even though their sentence has been completed. Joe Davidson from the Washington Post interviewed a gentleman by the name of Desmond Meade for his article called Millions of Felons. Many of them black have a basic right taken away for life. Desmond was a career criminal until a failed suicide attempt changed his life forever. He went to college, became a lawyer, and is the president of the Florida Rights Restoration Coalition in Orlando. He does try to give back as much as he can, but even with that law degree, he cannot practice law, nor can he vote. And his wife, she ran for office and was a former House representative, and he said, "That was a huge slap in my face. I could not even vote for my own wife," and also stated that every day he's reminded that he is not a full citizen because I'm left out of a process that speaks citizenship more than anything else. If you read any U.S. history book, you will find out that this country was founded because citizens felt that they were being taxed without representation in England. This could be considered the same thing. Being a felon is its own minority, where you are judged for something you did in your past. Something that you did, but then you do not get your right to vote back when you rejoin society. It's like what you did will forever be held over your head. That you are not trusted to change, but you are trusted to work, pay bills, and taxes. An article that was written by Kevin Barron called The Time to End Felony Disenfranchisement states, "We should all have a voice in the decisions that affect us, our families, and our communities." And I could not agree with him more. Think about your families and the stuff going on in the world. As an American citizen, you have the right to vote for people that care about these important issues and how to fix those issues. When you get a felony, you lose this right. You lose the right to vote, a vote that could get the issues in your community and your country fixed, the issues that are important to you and important to your family. According to the Sentencing Project, in the past 25 years, most states have changed to support felons to gain their rights back, including the right to vote, but the help and the process is very difficult. When you get a felony, not only are you punished by the law and the court system, but even after you serve your term, you have to live the rest of your life with that felony tied to your name. You lose rights like voting, and you cannot access certain loans, and sometimes are limited to lower paying jobs. Today, I persuade you to think about opposing disenfranchisement, to consider that these people do not get voices, but are still expected to be productive, tax-paying members of society. A second chance. That is what felons get. A second chance once they get out of prison to show that they are ready and reformed to be part of a society again. We are told from a young age that it is your civic duty to vote, that every vote counts, and that even one vote can change an entire election. According to the Sentencing Project, 1 in every 44 people do not get this chance to vote because of disenfranchisement.